Hello, this is JR, and I'm bringing you another Ac130 gun show. So today we are using the Ac130. Yes, the Ac130. You did not. I'm not. Yeah, of course we're using the Ac130. We're using the G36C. So the G36C is a pretty good. It's a pretty damn good gun. This is one of my favorite guns in the game, and I just started using it. This is my first time using it. This Prestige, first game with it. And I already pulled off the Ac130. In fact, not only do I pull off one this game, I pull off two Ac130s this game. Anyways, so for my topic today, I am going to talk about, let's see, I think I'm going to go ahead and talk about friendship. So, back in the day, back when Jesus was still young, or back when the dinosaurs roamed the earth, I actually had a friend. Yes, that's right. I know y'all like, what? JR has friends? Yeah, I actually had a friend. His name was, like a really cool friend. His name was James Brem. Maybe you know him, maybe you don't. Some of my viewers probably do know him. He used to be one of my best friends. I mean, like, we met in the weirdest way. Like, I used to think he was such a freak. Because I actually met him in baseball. And I mean, he was on my baseball team, and he's like 1 year younger than me, or 2 years. Anyway, so what happened was that he always pitched the ball, no matter what he was doing. He'd pitch it to you. He'd pitch it across the field, even if you're just supposed to throw it. And I mean, he would wind up every single time that he throws the ball. And I was always thinking like how much of a freak and how weird he was. Actually, and one day his mom asked us to go ahead and bring him over to our house because she had to run some errands. So we did, and he ends up liking video games. Me and him become best friends after that. You know, we got to the point where we were spending the night at each other's places every single week. There was not a weekend where we weren't, like, you know, spending the night together. At least like that, you know. So anyways, me and him were like best buds, and then one day he moved. So it's kind of sudden too. Like, I mean, it was unbearable for me. Anyway, so what ended up happening is that he moved away to Virginia because I live in North Carolina, and now, I mean, we still talk on the PS3, but you know, we only get to see him during the summer, so it's pretty sad, really. But you know, and the thing about being friends is that after you lose a friend, and definitely one that's really, really close to you, it's just weird, and you're forever changed, you know. You're not so willing to just go and get another friend, you know. And I mean, that's what happened to me, and I personally wish that, you know, he was still around, and that me and him were really, really good friends and always hanged out. But you know, it just doesn't work out like that. And if it did, you know, I mean, then yeah, it's goody two shoes, but who knows, well, all the arguments and fights we could have got into. Anyway, so me and him were best friends and you know, only get to see him on the weekends. But the thing about losing a friend like that, definitely abruptly, you know, like all at once, is that you really, really don't, like, find someone that will fill that gap in your life that just opened up, you know. I mean, it was like, let me think, I'm 17 now. I think it was like 5 or 4 years ago that he left, and to be honest, I still wish that he was around, you know. I never got over that shit, you know. And then every once in a while I have some friends that end up like being friends with them, and we only end up being friends for like a week or 2 weeks, and then I just quit talking to them because of the fact that, you know, our interests just aren't the same. And it's just a repeating cycle that just keeps on happening over and over and over again, and it's really sad, to be honest. And I mean, that's one thing I wanted to talk about, though, is like, you know, what was your experiences? Have you ever had a really close friend to you? One friend that, you know, that knows you like the back of their hand? Like one of those friends who, like, you know, like, oh yeah, sure, I know that you want some, you want that vanilla chocolate, I mean, that vanilla ice cream, or like, hey, I know what you are. Let me think about that one for a minute. I don't want to get too perverted with there, because that would be bad. Okay, so, or like maybe a friend who is like, yeah, man, I know what your favorite color is, man. I know that your favorite color is green. You know, someone that just knows you like that. I mean, after losing someone like that, man, you just don't find another person who will replace that friend. And that's something that most people don't understand. You're never going to find someone who replaces that friend. And, I mean, yeah, maybe you might have a friendship that ends up being better than them, but the likelihood of that is not very high. And even if you did have it, you still feel the miss of your other friend. Anyways, so I just want to know what kind of experiences do you all have with that? Have you ever lost someone really, really, really close to you like that? You know, like that knows you so well that they can you know, that they can talk for you basically. And like, what did y'all do whenever you lost that friend because he had to move, or maybe y'all got in a really big fight and never made up, or something like that? It's, you know, just things like that happen all the time. Also, I had another really great friend. His name was Timmy. More or less, we thought that we were going to end up being nephew and uncle, but you know, it didn't turn out like that. But you know, he was still one of my best friends, and you know, after he was 18, he got into some trouble, got kicked out by his mom and everything like that. I never get to talk to him or even see him anymore. So I mean, that's two best friends I've had over my past lifetime who's, you know, like just disappeared. And you know, I mean, I'm never ever think I'll ever find anyone that will be as cool as having, you know, those two friends that I used to have back. Because I mean, the experiences that we've had over the past, you know, in the past, were like, they're so phenomenal, and you know, it's just never gonna happen again. You know, it's gone, it's done for. That part of my life has been closed, and now a new one is supposed to be opening. However, it's just not working out like that. So, and you know, it's really sad because the fact that, you know, I mean, I kind of wish that I had someone to hang out with all the time, who always bugged me, and you know, like, and who always came over, you know, who always wanted to come over, always wanted to play with me and shit like that. Back in the day, I remember we used to think that we were good at Halo. Oh my god! Then I got online. Whew. Anyways, thank you for listening to this commentary. Make sure that you give me your experiences below. This was a 30-6 gameplay, free for all. And make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And peace out, and make sure you watch my other videos.